Welcome on in, guys, to episode number, let me get this right, 9 of the Stay Bricking Show. Today is going to be slightly different. We're going to be doing a live watch-along for Bionicle, the Mask of Light. This is something that I teased probably a little over a month ago when I did that Jango Fett live build, and then it just kind of took a while to actually get this done. But it's going to be the first of all 4 Bionicle movies, so it's going to be a great time. We're going to be going in release order, not chronological order. There's actually someone on YouTube who put the 3 movies together, and it's in chronological order. It's pretty cool, but we're not going to be doing that. The other disclaimer is that I am not going to be actually showing the movie live on the screen. The way that it needs to work is I'm not allowed to do that. But what we can do is just sync up. You watch it on your device. I'm going to have it up here, and we're going to have it synced at the same time. How are we going to do that? I just made a quick little graphic that has a timestamp for the movie. When the movie actually starts, this will be a stopwatch that goes with it. So all you got to do is just have your version of the Mask of Light. And guys, to find it, all you have to do, I can't give a link, but just Google watch the Mask of Light. It'll show up right away. I promise it's not hard to find at all, but we'll just start at the same time and we're basically going to be watching it together. A couple of you guys have noted it here in the chats here. Thirsty for Chicken, thank you. The nice setup. So this is actually, yeah, it's a slightly different angle. The main angle that I'm normally shooting at is just right over here on the wall that's going this way. This has always been here. The intention was to kind of shoot in this direction for videos at different times. I just never really got along to do that. But with the movie live stream today, I have this poster that I made, this mosaic for Casino Royale, and I made this one for, there we go, for La La Land, and figured this is the perfect time to go ahead and move this over. Also brought out the, we'll go ahead and recline here. My apologies in advance. This mic is going to pick up, there we go. Yep, the squeaking from the chair. But it's a movie. We got to be relaxed and laid back, you know? So just gonna let you guys continue to filter in here. What is going on, guys, in the chat? Nitron, you're absolutely jacked up. Me too. I haven't watched this movie in a couple of years at least, so it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to take me just straight back to being, what, 5 years old? Quentin, he's jacked up as well. And then, yeah, like I said, so I also put a link in the description to this video for Biomedia Project. So if you're having trouble finding Mask of Light somewhere, Biomedia Project is basically a Bionicle history data log. And I'm not positive, but maybe they might be able to help with that. So I'll let you guys just continue to get set up and then we'll start the movie. But what I can show, and what I was excited about when I found this, is the trailer to the Mask of Light. So let's go ahead and check that out.
In the time before time, far beyond all you imagine, there is an island paradise where legends
so mysterious.
are real. Protected by 6 mighty guardians.
I don't know when this trailer dropped in relative to
by one immortal enemy.
Immortal? So his voice sounds slightly different than what it is in the movie, which is pretty cool. But I don't know when this trailer dropped. I imagine it was probably summer of 2003. Maybe a little earlier, because those early 2003 sets actually had ads.
Defeat the darkness.
Trust in the mask. Let it be your guide.
No spoilers, no big spoilers. Uh-oh. No, okay, still no big spoilers in the trailer. Always love to see that. An adventure comes to life. Now that's a cool little tee shot.
Bionicle.
All right, that was pretty sweet.
Light, the movie.
That was pretty sweet. Little finish shot there. All right, honestly, that was a sweet trailer. For 2003, that was like not too many spoilers. Got a good action. I think they took like the studio protocol of like, let's pull from like mainly the first third of the movie. They didn't really show much towards the end of the movie. 0 glimpses of Takanuva. Let's keep him a surprise. Pretty sweet trailer. But yeah. I'm going to go ahead and catch up in the chat here. Got a lot of you guys filing in. Also, this time I'm running once again like I did for the Django Fett stream, that it's both vertical on like the YouTube Shorts live stream, and then it's also like our traditional desktop live stream that I like to do. So I'm curious, the chat's all combined as one, so I don't see who's coming from where, but I'm always curious to see how many people are coming from what. Just gonna catch up in here today. Been jamming. Happy birthday, dude. I won't be able to stay for too long, but I just wanted to, I assume, say, turn 25 today. Nice age, man. Congrats. Enjoy renting a car. It's pretty sweet. My favorite character in the Mask of Light. Well, I do have a favorite character from early Bionicle, so I guess it'd probably be one of them. We'll find out in the movie. How about that? Oh, we got some. Are you actually, Dominic? Are you in Germany right now, live, or are you just German heritage? I'm very curious with the flag. 10-year-old you is going insane when this movie came out. I remember, and we'll talk about it towards the end of the stream, just when this all came out. It felt like such a long period of time between this and then when Mata Nui started the next year, but we'll get into that later. I guess I'll talk about this real quick. The Masks of Power cancellation, it's bogus. I think it sucks, especially to have worked for that long. Lego previously was like, yeah, it's all good, no issues with actually letting this go. So that kind of stinks. I've seen the clips of the game, and it's absolutely absurd how good it is. So I really wish that we just got to get the full thing. That's all. I am doing fantastic today, Zyrus. I am doing fantastic. I'm about to watch a Bionicle movie. How could I not be? It's a Saturday. All right, and then you'll see sometimes in the ticker, I guess depending on which one, the ticker's either above if you're on the vertical stream or below if you're on the traditional one. But Brickworld Chicago is somehow next week. I will be going to Brickworld Chicago. I'm curious if any of you guys are going to be there as well. Maybe bump into you guys. It'd be awesome to see you in person. But I will be there from Wednesday night to, I guess, Sunday morning, but not really. Basically Saturday night. My flight out of there on Sunday is like 8 in the morning, so basically not there on Sunday, but will be in Brickworld Chicago. I've been to a couple different Brick Fair Virginias. Never been to Brickworld Chicago. A lot of people hyped it up. One of the reasons this stream is actually at 6 o'clock is because if you guys know CPA Fall, he's going to be having a stream at 8 o'clock talking about Brickworld Chicago. I want to be there in that one. So that's the reason for the 6 o'clock stream. But I'm super pumped up. I saw like one of the events that I'm logged in for is the garage sale. They give you like one of those windows. So hopefully can contain myself when I see all of those Lego sets. Maybe there'll be some cool Bionicle sets to pick up. Those G1 play sets would be ideal because those reviews are coming. The reviews are coming. I promise. Just a couple more weeks. I got to get the sets. You know, that's a part of it. Unity, oh, I screwed that one up. Unity, Duty, and Destiny from Italy. What's going on, man? Nice to have you in here. Dominic says, I'm from Germany, and yes, I'm also living in Germany. Here's a random question. Can you imagine the Bionicle characters driving the Queen? I don't know what that is, so I'll use my wildest imagination and go from there. All right, so what do you guys say we go ahead and start this movie? So for all of you guys who have filtered in, I have this little timestamp that's going to start when I start the movie on one of my screens here. And all you guys got to do is just open up whatever you have on your device to watch The Mask of Light. Just start it at the same time. We'll basically be watching the thing together. Basically, I guess I'll be narrating the thing a little bit. But I'm super pumped for this. So I'm going to go ahead and start this in a couple seconds here. Just going to do one last little read through the chat here. And yeah, Zyrus, just to clarify, Bionicle, Legends of Mata Nui, Bionicle 2, and the Web of Shadows, that will be happening in the future. Brickworld Chicago is next week, so not going to happen then, but then after that. And then Bionicle, The Legend Reborn, that as well. Kind of what I want to do with this is also kind of experiment, branching out to live streams for other themes. Like let's say with, for example, the Jango Fett Slave One starship, whatever, that came out, and then what if like the day before or like during building or after we streamed, like did like a watch along for Attack of the Clones. That's something I maybe want to get into a little bit more in the future. So this is a fun little test for that. And yeah, we're gonna be doing all 4 Bionicle movies. Wish there were more. All right, let's go ahead and start this movie up. So let me just get this timer set up first. I don't want to start the movie and not start the timer. So let me go ahead and do that. So go ahead and get ready to hit start. I can't seem to find my for some reason it's not showing on my screen here. That's fantastic. I can hear it, but I can't see it. I don't know why. Let's try that again. Always a bug. There's always a bug. There we go. All right, and we are starting. You know, this Lego logo, or like this Lego animation intro, whatever, always reminds me of Lego Racers. If you guys can call back to that one, that intro, I'm so used to seeing like the Lego media pop up next to it. Miramax. Do they make anything besides the Bionicle? I assume they did, but I only know them from the Bionicle movies, at least off the top of my head. I feel like I've probably seen that intro before somewhere. That was the shot in the trailer. First shot. There's that silky voice Vakama. Although, do we know it's Vakama at this point? Before time. So why does he say the Matoran? I guess that's a part of the journey, but... For a 22-year-old movie, it doesn't look like terrible animation, I gotta say. It's not bad. Hola, Sebastian. Yeah, Makuta just comes jumping in, he just spiraling in like Palpatine in Revenge of the Sith or something. He just nuked the whole place. We just had this beautiful setup and Makuta nuked it. Yeah, honestly, sure, I will. There he goes to sleep. And unleashed them. He did. Sweet intro. There's our title card. I feel like this is one of those things where I always thought it said The Mask of Light was always the title, but I guess it's just Mask of Light. Whatever. VHS? Oh, that's sweet. What's up, Legend? How you doing? Henry Gilroy. You guys think he's related to Tony? There it is, guys. Takua. Yeah. Bro went wandering. What do you expect, Jala? I guess he's Jala now. Produced by a Shakespeare. We'll never forget that. Just iconic. There he is. I don't know what I would have expected like back then, But they did a really good job of enhancing the look of the sets. Like, I think this style of animation just really, if it was just like a straight up like the sets or like the Mata Nui online games, I don't think the characters would have translated as well. Yeah, idiot. The Coley match. So how did nobody see this? But this is my question with it. How does nobody see this totem? Like, Jala just kind of walked down a little flight of stairs. Like, did the lava river have to, like... No, because if the tide was higher, it would have actually broken this open. I don't know. Thinking too hard of a plot for a movie for, like, 6-year-olds. Indiana Jones over here. Just touches lava. There it is. Never seen this. Does he mean language by like the sentence format? Or are you saying I've never seen this language? Like, dude, it's still the Matoran language. What a toss. All right, fair. That was an all-time toss. I didn't realize we got Pat Mahomes out here. Toa Tahu. What a beast. Just what a beast. So extra. Like, what are these acrobatic moves he's doing in the air? No. Could have just stopped close to the top of the cliff here. Brute strength right there. Impressive by Takua to hold on to him the whole time that he's doing these somersaults and flips. Casual force field action. Yes, Nick, nailed it. The aesthetic is just, you can see, like, that's what I was saying, is like they enhanced the characters to the point of like, if it was just the sets, it would not have translated quite as well, but actual like squishy bits, it's almost like the sets are like the stripped down version of those. It's awesome. If Tahu missed that throw by like a foot, Joller's just dead. There he is. Coley head. Yes, a great Kanohi mask, Tahu. A sportsman here. Out of all the G1 canisters, I'm so partial to 2001, man. I just am. This 2001 Toa, it's just nostalgia. Oh, someone said it earlier, but the music, man. The music just, it hits. It's a sweet stadium. There he is, the acrobatics again. Toa Tahu. Not as much of an acrobatic entrance, just a casual little walk and wave. Yeah, we were talking about favorite characters. Pohatu's got the vibes. Like, I'd want to chill with Pohatu. That dude seems like a beast. Look at this guy. Bet you are. Yeah, icons. I wonder what like this design of the Toa would have looked like for the G1, or like if we got this style of animation for the earlier Bionicle. Obviously, this is what carries through the first 3 movies, but it'd be interesting to see what 2001 Toa would have looked like. Yeah, Tahu just wants to win, golly. Leave him alone. Hot air, as they say. It does suck that the other villages aren't there. I know that in Mata Nui Online Game 2, they kind of go through, like, here's how, like, the 3 whatever finalists get to the actual final match. But it would have been sweet to see the other ones there. And that also would have meant we could have maybe gotten sets of those other villages. Maybe. I guess we got Onukoro, but Leikoro and Onu. Thirsty for Chicken. I actually haven't seen either of those Transformers movies. I've seen a couple of them, but I have not seen those 2. Sports. This is basically like what? The Super Bowl? Or the World Cup? I guess it'd be like the World Cup. Cupper Mask winners. Is that the MVP or something? Hookie's the MVP. He's Connor McDavid. Speaking of Mata Nui Online Game 2. Still got the backpack on. This is getting hype, man. How much did tickets cost? Do you think that like Bionicle had like a SeatGeek? Like some dudes just probably Akmau's just ripping off the whole audience. Like, oh, just upcharging the heck out of tickets. Akmau scalped them all. Play well. That's not what Tahu wants. Not even on net. Come on. Woo! Huki just absolutely clowned you, Takua. So, blocker save, Jala. I never understood that unless he wishes. I guess Jala's saying if he wants to throw the game, he'll let something go by him. Huki McJesus. I don't know. I guess you can kick it in here. There's a little wave action. Huki again with a kick. 2 goals on Maku. Huki McDavid. But there was no one in this. There was no goalie in that. This is an all-day event. We just got the little time lapse to go to. Uh-oh. Takua going for the skill points. I love how the ball just falls off Akama's head. Just absolutely clocks him. Oh yeah, Ja, a smart idea. Give yourself a quick little concussion. Snuck it under. Tahu can't believe it. He bet the house on Takoro. Tahu's parlay did not hit. He's in trouble. There's that backpack. So the backpack just like sat there. Jolly, you just let up the game-winning goal. We gotta. Where's the intensity? So is there a trophy? There it is, the Mask of Light. I guess it was a really different language because now Nokama's having quite the time trying to go sort out this whole thing. I guess I'm an idiot. Oh, I just got chills from the music right there. Yes, they did. Mata Nui Online Game 1. You tell him, Onewa. Seventh Toa must be found. It's like that meme where it's like accidentally became important at work. That's Jala right now. I like how there's only like 10 Mator in there. It's just a casual shrug. Allegedly. Allegedly the mask has chosen Jala. Oh, right back at you, Takua. I mean, honestly, it makes sense that the Chronicler would go with him. Probably important that they find the seventh Toa and kind of write down how it all went down. That's a pretty cool tie-in. There's some Transformers chat going on. But the Tahu voice actor was voicing some Transformers characters before Bionicle. That's pretty cool. To the north. Whew. That's pretty sweet meditation setup that she's got there. Dude, I'm going to say it like 15 times during this stream. Probably more, but just the music, man. Nathan First absolutely cooked. That hip flexibility. I'm jealous. Yeah, so Makuda's voice is different from the trailer. The Krata. The Rakshi, man. So if I have this right, like obviously there's the Makuta set that had come out like to kind of promote the movie too. But was that our first look at, besides Matsumi Online Game 1 where there's like the Matoran Makuta, like that's our first look at him, right? I have that right? Don't get mushy. Ah, Jala's leaving his girl. Kama looking just like, bruh, that was the best you got? Puku makes for quite the transport right there. I guess she's basically like a massive dog. Takua just mocking Vakama. Was there ever like an official release of what the inscription on the Mask of Light said? No Kama obviously translated it, but does that exist anywhere? I don't know. Do any of you guys know? I imagine Bakama has to know that, like, the what is it, Newton's third law, every action has an equal and opposite reaction, that the shadow is like whatever Makuda's got, he knows he's bringing his hardest right here. I assume he knows that. I guess the copy I have was in surround sound. That just scared the heck out of me, those birds. I don't know whether to believe you or not. 99% of me says there's no way it's this property of Takua. They would have just said that. But I could be wrong. I don't. So we got Layrock, Parok, and not Layvok. That's a Bow Rock. What a blast. Opening move. I remember as a little kid, dude, those guys freaked me out so much in the movie. Like, that is not what I kind of had in mind when I was, like, in the Rakshi sets. And actually, Clips Films Melbourne just actually said the Rakshi movie design arm sort of kind of broke the laws compared to the Lego version. Well, the Lego version's pretty restricted at the arms because they have to hold both sides of the staff at the same time, so that's annoying. All right, there's a shot here that's coming up that just I always found really funny. Like right here, this one. It's just I don't know, it's so static. Like there's something about it where it was like I feel like the animators ran out of budget there. She's got to move pretty. I mean, she must have swam pretty fast if she. And yeah. Oh. Yep. Drop the drawbridge. It's not gonna matter because these boys can fly. Oh, the suspense. The suspense. Where are they? Rock. I guess they saw him in Metro Nui. The acrobatics with Tahu. Mr. Gymnast. Tokoro. Oh, he said that with a little accent. They breached the gates, Tahu. These guys are giant. I mean, they're big. Like the sets are tall, but like they got to be like 7, 8 feet tall. They're terrorizing children. Take this! Just draws 2 lines. What exactly did that do? Well, Thirsty for Chicken, I feel like they were, off the top of my head, they definitely were taller than the Toa, but yeah, they seem a little bit bigger in here. Oh, that was sweet how she just, like, summoned the staff. Yo, Sebastian, I'd love to hear that, man. Welcome back into the community, man. It's thriving more than ever right now. It's blast. Glad that you found it back. Everybody out! Oh, man. Foul creature! One more step and I'll... Yo, what? As soon as he says that, Vakama just dips. It's like, yeah, you will take it from here. That has a sweet animation. That was like my favorite mold piece. Was that one. Heads up, Tahu. I don't know if you can bench press Arakshi. Oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, the green in your mask is nothing. Yeah, that Arakshi said, screw this. We're done. I'm gonna poison your entire village. Chemical warfare by the Arakshi. Gotta say, that's pretty bold. The lava surfboard, love it. Golly's obviously got some hops. 0 splash, perfect 10 out of 10. Where do they go from here? That one Matoran just mentioned it, but where do they go? The Coley field? Final shot from the trailer right here. There it is. Oh, she just completely dadded her. Or mommed her, I guess. No, Tahu, no! Toxic Tahu. Love Leikoro and Leiwahi. That was always my favorite. So there you go. My favorite character in the Mask of Light, Toa Liwa. We're going to see him in a second here, but Toa Liwa. Him and Pohatu, man. I want to hang... I know Nua. I don't want to hang out with those 3. I do hate the jungle, though, Takua. I feel you there. Bugs. They are nasty. The Ash Bear. This is like one set that I always wish they had released was an Ash Bear. It was one that, like, as a kid, I remember having, like, my entire parts bin out just trying to build the Ash Bear, but there weren't that many orange parts. Claws, yes. Toa Tahu does this. There he is. There he is. You just call him a fire spitter? Isn't that like a slur? Jala just said, I'm gonna kill it. What are you gonna miss, Brent? Sister Bear. Toa Liwa. Deepwood. Definitely a stoner. Which original Bionicles do you got, Will? Which one we talking? 2001? And now we have two of the Titan sets from the Bionicle 2003 line. Puku and the Gecko Bird. I wish it was like the Gecko Birds that we saw, though, from the OG 2001 arc. But I guess they already made that as part of the Nui Jaga set, so had to get another Titan set out there. So, new species. And no room. I don't know if the Gecko Bird can support her weight. Forget the room. I like how he's like holding up the mask like the Gecko Bird's gonna follow. It's funny. Smooth. Just smooth flying by Liwa. Oh, whitewash. Oh, I could feel that neck crack from here. Just. Dude, I wish I still had all my Rahi. That's like something I'm working on right now, is getting them back. All of 2001 back is kind of the goal right now. But serious moment in the movie here. They're finding out that Takora just got wiped from the map. Again with the fire spitter, yeah, this. Or if you're on the vertical stream, this. Could you imagine if we got this style for everything? It would be so cool. Brutaka's the better set, but I don't know which one's going to be cheaper. Maxilos does have some pretty sweet features, but yeah, it just kind of depends on budget. Maxilos does have a cool function. Brutaka's just more of like a display posable model. So kind of up to you if you want to function. Casual, couldn't find water if I fell out of a boat in the little dodgeball line. I forgot that there's Bo Rock in this movie. That's so sweet. Oh, I forgot that there's Bo Rock. That is so cool. Kopaka's just a sus guy. You were following me. Okay. No. Toxic Tahoe, there he is. All right. I mean, your village is gone, but your villagers are safe. Isn't that your overall duty, to protect the Matoran? Leiwa's mask was translated really well. Liwa's mask was translated really well. The actual, like, the little fins going along his head, that looks really well. Golly's, that one's certainly a choice. Tahu's looks pretty decent, too. Kopaka's looks nice. I like the shield that Kopaka has in this movie. I wish we got that mold for the actual set. Here comes a Death Star blast. The captain of the guard just never runs. Iconic line. Just air flying. I gotta say, Kopaka, it's way harder for me to attach those skis than it was for you. I love this shot coming up right here. It looks like they were going so fast and they're just like down this hill. Dude, the Raksha are just beasts. Like, they're just beasts. Alright, so Takua's sacrificing himself. He's about to catch a lucky break. Oh. Okay, that jump scare got me. That one got me. This little slide job. Yeah, fix your mask, little bro. It's what you do that makes a hero. That is the Anika. Oh, Puku. Yeah, I wonder what the alternate route was to get up to Kawaii. And he's gone. The Onukoro Highway. A light stone. Yeah, you just gotta pick one up in Gakoro, and then you can shine it everywhere. Tunnels. God forbid, tunnels. Little bioluminescent plants right there. I can't translate that message on the wall fast enough. Dude, just bunny ears. Yeah, thirsty for chicken. It is spooky voice time. Takua's not... I mean, he's hyperventilating, but allegedly he's not afraid. Now he's gaslighting him. Jeez. He will die because of you. That's pretty serious for like a kid's movie. Just out of nowhere, he will die. Takua. Facts. Ah, I quit. I didn't realize you could quit this. I quit. So, with the mask, I'm a little bit confused because why wouldn't the mask just point straight to Takua? Sorry, bud, Takua, but he did not fall for your trick, man. This guy's going off right now. The red one looks so sweet. Onu Koro. We already got to see the bro Pohatsu. Now there they are. Look at these two together. The waterfalls underground are pretty sweet. Pohatsu's mask translated very, very well. Mm. He got separated. Liar. What is Rakshi? Now they're just burning the place down. They're just absolutely wrecking the place. To Onu Koro. Yo, you got this, Onui. You're beefy boy. You got this. And now he doesn't. His power is just getting sucked from him. My power. Little Emperor Palpatine action here. Too weak. Don't kill me. Oh, what a shot. What a shot by the Red Rakshi. Just stunned Pohatu in his tracks. Yeah, me too, thirsty for chicken. I do wish that we got to see the 2001, like just curious, like, what would it look like? Oh. Takua Bub. How did... I guess he just got there? Oh. Oh. Already wounded Tahu. Down he goes. Windfly! There he is. Just putting hundreds of pounds on his back. Liwa, what a tank. Alright, now your mask looks seriously messed up. Fire has no brothers. Alright, Golly. Alright, Golly. I see you with your moves. Well, where is Jala? That's the thing. Yo, shout out Puku. Puku, I had that question, like, how did Puku get up there? Apparently she can just climb 90-degree scales. Basically, like, who's that dude from Free Solo? Oh, that was the other jump scare. I like how, their weapon pieces for the Rakshi, they're like colored. Like, I kind of wish that instead of silver molds, we got that for the actual sets too. Just the whole ceiling goes down. But how did you keep the ceiling from collapsing? He didn't, Pohatu. That's the thing. He did not. Oh, jeez. Oh, Kopaka with the kill. Pick up the dog tag. Kill confirmed. I just noticed that for the first time. The Toa running in the back as the ceiling's collapsing, and there's two of them, just like one of them has Tahu by the head and one of them has Tahu's feet, and they're just running with this ice sculpture of Tahu. That's hilarious. This lighting looks really sweet. Just the nice sunset vibe. Fade to black. End movie. Oh, they got Tahu bounded. Perhaps. I think I know the cure, but I never used it until... I guess I had to bound him up. Dude is going through it right now. That's enough. Holds it for 3 more seconds. So would they have to knock him out first, and then Golly's just gonna water bend up this bubble? This animation always, like, that's a memory. And now he's clean. He went to the car wash. Oh. I just realized Golly, like, her blue faded. Nice little touch. There's Kopaka just vanishing again. Dude sus, I'm telling you. Realizes there's another cliff. Earthquake! Earthquake! That silhouette of Takua, the shadow looked way more like the set, like that mask looked like it had little vents in it. That was cool. I quit. Oh, Takua just had his moment of truth right there. Ooh, that just hit. They weren't looking for the mask, then he knows right then there. It's me. No, no, I'm not well. Tahu's fist is just like 3 times the size. Kenny Pickett versus Joe Flacco. I like this version of Kinu Nui. Like I like in 2001, yeah, it was in the middle of the jungle and all this, but I actually like this. In the middle of daylight, it probably looks like trash, but this moody lighting works. Dude, the Mask of Light. Wish we got that set feature with Puka. Puku. There it is. Truth comes out. Now what? You're toast. That's what. Like should be working. It should be working. I don't see thirsty for chicken. I think if anybody else can't hear me, just throw a message in there. I don't see any issue, but maybe I don't know. So sick. That's so sick. There he is, Mr. Windfly. Just whipped 3 of them up. Oh, that's all it took. They just casually just like put them in glass. Pohatu's weapons must be pretty strong to just bind them. I guess he just handcuffed them. Oh, they're just melting them. All right, Kopaka. There's that fear. Dude, the Red Rockshi's an absolute beast. Oh. Oh. Oh, man. T's and P's, Jala. T's and P's. I guess R.I.P. I mean, Makuta wasn't wrong. He said Jala was gonna die. Bro, this music is crazy. This is absurd. I got like full body chills right now. There he is. Oh, just one shot's the Rakshi. Yo, what's up, Ezra? How are you doing? Just hanging, watching the Mask of Light. I guess if anyone doesn't know that's in here right now, that's the timestamp. Or if you're in the vertical stream, that's the timestamp. For just open up Google, watch Mask of Light, you'll find it, and just join along at the same timestamp. The color scheme works really well with all 7 of those Toa. Makuta, bro, I don't think you know what's coming. That is crazy. He did just lose his best friend because he just needed to find out who he was. Yo, Defender, me too. I can't even tell you. I haven't watched it in a couple years ago. Or in a couple years I haven't watched it. So there's a lot that's kind of just being familiar. There's Holly throwing a dead skull in front of this bike. The Usanui. Great set. Great set. Ooh. There's the little flip function from the set. It's a great set. Now this is pod racing. Boom. Oh, it's getting intense, guys. It's getting intense. And Holly somehow snuck in the front like this is Interstellar. It's pretty wild. Like, that's her friend, and now he's just like the jacked Toa of Light. And her boy died. Ooh. Nice. Oh, that's a sweet little taunt. Throws the Kratz on the ground for Makuta. Says, yo. Alright, here we go. Now run along. I gotta say, Makuta is a villain better than I remember. Fate of the Universe, game of hockey. Let's go. Or lacrosse, like, I don't know. Me too, Defender. I'm not over it yet either. All right, here we go. It's like Sidney Crosby. There's all the Taraga. Matau, what a beast. That's the right thing to do. I forgot that in that little interaction up there, someone says like it's a robot, like when they say Mata Nui or something, like the whole like that was like casually like dropped in there. Pittsburgh, yeah, dude. Dude, Takanuvi's repping the gold. He does look like Crosby out there taking on the 2009 Stanley Cup against the Red Wings. Yeah, Prokop. I am check. Okay, so it's not really a game of Coley. Where are they? All right. A lot of restraint by the Toa right here because they show up, they see that Takanuva, almost said Takua. Ooh, that's a good connection, Thirsty for Chicken. That little bit of music right there just sounded like the Camino theme. Here it is. I love how the ball turns like to that light color. Oh, that's so sweet. Boom. I wish we got in the set a way to orient his weapon in that configuration. Direct hit. Dude, Makuta's enormous. What a psychopath. Let's take a closer look behind the mask of shadows. I'm gonna come rip your face off. Into the pool of protodermis. Yeah, that is like the one inconsistency is the mask is so different from Makuta. What could it be? Here's another mask wish we got. Whose voice was that? Bionicle Defender, but we got that as a combination build. Not quite to like the same accuracy like design that this one does in the movie. I'll agree with you there. But we did get it as a combination. Ugh. And as we're gonna come to see, this mask has a history, man. This is crazy. The heartbeat pumping in the background. Ooh, Bull just got decapitated. Yeah, you know Bionicle Defender, you know. There's this dude. The Six Turaga is just like something about it just feels so like nostalgic right now. It's crazy. Oh, the little Takua standing there. I think like the first time I saw this movie, I probably thought like, oh, it was just gonna be Takua. It wasn't gonna be Takanuva. Psych. It could have been Makuta Bones. Could have been, but I'm not. This is what's crazy. This shot here as a kid, like I remember watching this dozens of times, this shot. And September to the release of Metro Nui felt like years for me. There it is. Metro Nui. Like this is my favorite shot in all Bionicle media like ever. That's it. That was it. Like just the hype for Metro Nui, and it was only a couple months, but it didn't feel like that when I was 5. This is the way, the Bionicle. And roll credits. What a film. What a film. Oh, wrong thing there. What a film. And that'll cap it off. That is, I mean, the credits are rolling, so if you guys are still watching and rolling credits, I stopped mine. I guess I gotta like, I can still hear it though. I don't know why I can still hear it, but what a film. What a film. There we go. Yeah, no, Bionicle Defender it was because it was only that movie was September of 2003 and those sets released 2004. It was only September. It was September 18th. I'm almost positive that's the date. So October, November, December, 3.5 months. It did not feel like 3.5 months though. It felt like forever. So hype. But it's also tricky because like when you're young, the concept of a year is much longer than what a year feels like. Now years fly. Man, That was awesome. That was awesome. Someone asked earlier, very early in the stream, rated out of 10. Um, at least an 8. I'll give it an 8. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Some of that animation could have been a little cleaned up. The score is a 10 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Let's not get crazy. Score is a 9 out of 10. Score is in the soundtrack, not the movie score. Movie, I would give an 8 out of 10. Very well done. Definitely took like everything is that did a good job of that. So I'll give it an 8 out of 10. So easy way to remember is just they always launch in January. Like Mata Nui was always January. If you go and look at the Bionicle comics, that can kind of refresh your memory a little bit on the actual like release timeline. That'll definitely help that. So what are your guys' thoughts? That's the Mata Nui arc of Bionicle. It's crazy that 3-year period, that was the conclusion of it essentially. I know that our heroes, they go on journeys beyond that, those characters, but not in a movie sense. From a theatrical sense, that was really it, which is crazy. I saw quite a few messages coming in during the movie that, just wish that we got that for 2006 and on. But yeah, I will say 2006, at least we got the Move Along commercial. I think that more than makes up for not having a movie. So I'll take the little wins where we can. But yeah, that's the Mask of Light, guys. So like I said earlier in the stream, next week gonna be at Brick World Chicago. If any of you guys are gonna be there, let me know. Emerald, what's up, dude? We actually just finished the movie. You'll have to play back to go through it, but what's up, man? So I will be at Brick World Chicago from Wednesday night to basically Saturday night. I'm leaving very early in the morning on Sunday. So if you guys are there, it'd be awesome to bump into you guys. I am hoping that there's a giant Bionicle exhibit there. There should be at the Brick Fair. What I saw at Brick Fair last year was stunning. The Bionicle exhibit there was absolutely stunning. Yeah, the score of the movie, the score of the Mask of Light is unreal. Everything, the end credits, like Nathan First was in his bag. I don't know what other movies he might have scored in his career, but that one was absolutely sweet. So, so yeah, Brick World Chicago next week. Then the week after that probably will be the Legends of Mata Nui, and then Web of Shadows, and then either like that very next week or a week off, and then the Legend of Reborn, just to simulate that time gap. We'll see. But yeah, there we go. This was a fun stream. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, this was kind of like obviously doing all 4 Bionicle movies, but I'd also maybe in the future like to do, like, let's say before like a large Star Wars set release or something, do a Star Wars watch along, or like if the sitting, like, you can barely see it on the shelf if you're on the traditional, you can't see on the vertical live stream, but right here is the James Bond Aston Martin. So like if something like that's coming out like before a build, like just building hype, maybe do something like that in the future. With a live build, I think it's a little bit trickier. I don't know if I could be live building, watching a movie, and doing the chat all at the same. That feels like maybe one too many things to handle, but you never know. You never know. The last dialogue's Takanuva, yeah. Absolutely made it memorable. I've been to Chicago once before. I went there in 2016. I did like it. I did like it. Timmy, you say the old Star Wars figures. Which ones do you referring to? Like the Technic ones? Or like just old Star Wars sets? Actually, there's a golden goose, a white whale sitting right up there. The Imperial Star Destroyer sealed 10030. That was, shout out Solid Brick Studios for that one. But old Star Wars sets, I've never done an old Star Wars. I'd like to do more Star Wars content in the future. Is actually what got me back into Lego other than Bionicle. But I would love to do more Star Wars content moving forward, especially as I know we have the Bionicle Gen 1 playset reviews, and then there's still more stuff coming out, but there's way more content to make, so that's one of the areas I'd like to do it. So yeah, Timmy, the Technic, I did not do reviews for them. I thought about it, just like if it made sense with Star Wars, like when the Droideka set was coming out, I thought about doing a review for the Technic Droideka, but didn't. I actually did a giveaway for the Technic Jango Fett when I did the Jango Fett Slave 1 live stream honestly a month ago, just over a month ago. So, but I think that's going to wrap this one up for today, guys. Like I said, hop in CPA's live stream, 8 o'clock. He's going to talk about, I know he's got some plans to talk about Brick World, what to expect and all of that. So, hop in there. I'll be in the chat in there having a blast. That starts at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern, so just about a half an hour from now. Very excited. Thank you all for hopping in today, doing this watch along. It was fun. I wish that I could show the movie on the stream, but I am not allowed to do that. So we're going to keep the format going forward. And as always, guys, stay breaking.